Happy Friday, television family. We have returned. We made it. It is Friday the 13th. Ooh, I don't believe in any of that nonsense. A lot of good things happened on Friday the 13th. For one thing, we're on the air. There you go. It's 41 degrees, clear skies, another chilly day today. Another chilly day on Saturday, and on Sunday, and on Monday. Monday's not going to be too bad, but yeah. We had a good time last night at Leap Off the Field of the Apple Bowl for the District 6 4A Soccer District Championship between the Wildcats and the Panthers. We got wet. We got really wet. It came out of nowhere. Sebastian and Neil are inside the press box at Leap Off the Field on the Apple Bowl, on the north press box. The windows slide open. They got soaked, and they're inside. Highlights of a very exciting match that we were televised for you will come up in just a little bit. One more little thing here before we get going. There's a lot to touch on. It's snowing on Stevens Pass, and traction tires are advised with snow and slush on the roadway. It's May 13th. Traction tires are advised on Stevens Pass. Wow. What do we got for you? News, yes. Sports, talked about that. Pause for Pets is going to be with us today on this Friday. But normally we air those on Thursday. Technical difficulties, please stand by. It's television. So we'll have Pause for Pets for you in the back half of the hour. Balto the dog needs a home. Very energetic German Shepherd. Get it out of dog jail. And earlier in the week, I had a chance to pop on up to the Grace Lutheran Church on Washington Street here in Wenatchee. And I sat down and visited with Russ Speidel and Barbara Tilley, two of my favorite people, and they were spearheading the local efforts to help out the local Ukrainian refugees who have fled war-torn Ukraine and have worked their way here to north central Washington. There's a few families, a couple of families here in Wenatchee, another one out in Soap Lake, and they had to leave Ukraine in such a hurry. They basically left with their clothes on their backs and a backpack full of stuff, and that's it. So they're going to have a benefit concert for the Ukrainian refugees 1 week from Sunday on the 22nd of May at Grace Lutheran Church, and Russ and Barbara will talk about that in the back half of the program. Let's do our tour. Let's begin, of course, with the Heights camera. We sometimes call it the cross camera, even though it's really not close to the cross. Is that snow that I see up on top of Birch Mountain? Or is that just an optical illusion? No, that can't be snow. Yeah, the rains didn't last very long. We were about 30 minutes into the broadcast, about 7:30, and then boom, out of nowhere, a torrential downpour that lasted about 10 minutes, and then it went away, but everybody got pretty wet. It was pretty miserable for a while there. A couple of things I want to pass along to you weather-wise as we do our tour. Let's find out what camera number 2 is, first of all. Uriah's going to check in with, he's going to head up to the Bear Mountain camera, take a look at Lake Chelan. There's Wapato Point sticking out. Yesterday's high in Wenatchee was 59 degrees. That happened at 11:17 in the morning. We never got warmer than that. And the low yesterday was 40. Our normal high is 71. 12 degrees below normal for the afternoon high. Going back 34 days, let's go back to April 9th. We've had 34 days starting on April 9th. So going back those 34 days through yesterday, 30 of the last 34 days, our daily high temperature has been below normal, and that is going to continue. Camera number 3. Oh, that's cool. Is that Navarre? Lower Navarre, yeah. Heading on up to Lake Chelan, another view. Of course, that's the highway that takes you just before you head on up the grade to the Knapsill Tunnel. You can take the Lower Navarre and cruise on up and dump yourself off at the state park there at Lake Chelan. That's a nice view. Sunrise this morning, 5:26. Sunset tonight, 8:29. We're over the 15-hour mark now of daylight. And camera number 4. There is snow. Is that Blag Mountain? That's Blag Mountain, high atop the lovely hamlet of Peshaston. And I think it's pointed almost due north. If we move that thing to the left, to the west, we would see Leavenworth. Instead, we see a little bit of snow at the mountain immediately adjacent to Blag Mountain. Now, keep in mind, that camera is at about 4,000 feet. It's May 13th. We had snow in the upper elevations yesterday, this crazy weather. And it's going to continue. The frontal system that came through last night, it's already exited. but it's ushered in some pretty cool air and going to be a little breezy at times today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the forecast from the National Weather Service. 60 degrees. Again, our normal high is 71. This continues unabated. Sunshine, little wind, but very, very cool for this time of the year. Tonight, we start talking about another chance of rain. It'll be in the overnight hours. You'll be sleeping. It'll be 1, 2, 3 a.m. Overnight low of about 43 degrees, a little light rain. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up to some clouds. By Saturday afternoon, the sun will be out, and we'll get up to about 63 degrees, but we can't rule out some light rain early on Saturday morning. 47 for the overnight low. On Saturday night, we will be dry for racing at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. Next system comes in on Sunday, going to cloud us up mid-60s for the high. Again, our normal high this time of the year is 71. We're going to be close to it, but probably not there on Monday with lots of sunshine. Don't get used to it. Another very strong group of cold and unsettled air comes in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and as our normal afternoon high goes from 71 to 72 to 73, by the end of next week, we won't even get close to that. The unseasonably chilly, cold, wet weather will continue for the foreseeable future. Don't shoot the messenger. 6 minutes after the hour, the news is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today. Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
8 minutes after the hour, 41 degrees. Earlier in the day, we were at 38 degrees. Another overnight low in the 30s. Lots of sunshine today, not particularly warm. Light rain tonight into Saturday morning. Sunshine Saturday afternoon, but the weather will remain much cooler than normal right through most of next week. And we'll begin with this story. Confluence Health has hired the former chief medical officer at SCL Health, St. Mary's Medical Center, out of Grand Junction, Colorado, as its new CEO. His name is Dr. Andrew Jones. It was announced yesterday by the Confluence Board of Directors that Dr. Jones will replace the retiring Dr. Peter Rutherford. Rutherford had planned to retire in the fall of last year, but he agreed to stay on when his designated replacement, Dr. Doug Wilson, announced he was leaving Confluence Health instead. Jones also served as Vice President of Medical Affairs for the health system in Grand Junction. Confluence said Jones and his wife will move to the area next month after their two children finish the school year. Confluence said the hiring came after a 6-month nationwide search for a new CEO, and now they have one. Investigators probing the May 7th shooting in downtown Wenatchee, in which a man was shot to death by police officers, have identified both the slain man and the officers involved. 36-year-old Alexander James White of East Wenatchee was named as the man who fired a handgun into the Living Hope Community Church on North Chelan Avenue shortly before 8:30 on Saturday the 7th. 3 Wenatchee police officers who arrived on the scene fired their own handguns, killing White. The officers are Corey Fuller, Brian Hewitt, and Allie Mustaine. Hewitt received a leg injury, although investigators have not said how he received that leg injury. In a video of the incident, White did not appear to fire his own pistol at police before he was fatally shot. No word yet on any motive of the initial gunfire. All 3 police officers are on administrative leave. The multi-agency special investigation unit continues to review the case. The family of a Moses Lake woman who police say was murdered back in March is now offering a reward, $5,000, for information that leads to her body being found. Yaniro Cedillos has not been seen since she was out celebrating her 30th birthday with friends on March 3rd. On March 10th, her former boyfriend, 27-year-old Juan Turillo Gastelum, was arrested in Hermiston, Oregon for second-degree rape and second-degree murder in her disappearance. Moses Lake police said Gastelum had repeatedly been trying to contact Cedillos the night of her disappearance, asking where she was and who she was with. Police believe Gastelum killed Cedillos in her Moses Lake apartment and say he was seen on video the next morning cleaning out his car and disposing of evidence. The family is asking for anybody with information on the whereabouts of her body to contact the Moses Lake Police Department. In a community meeting on youth gang activity on Wednesday night, local police said the problem is concerning, but residents shouldn't live in fear. The meeting was convened by the Wenatchee School District and involved Wenatchee and East Wenatchee police officers, juvenile justice people, and diversion experts. Police say local youths are adopting gang culture as young as middle school, and gang affiliations have contributed to shootings and armed robberies over the past year.
And I wish we would have done this earlier on. It's a very small percentage of the youth in our schools. So between the two districts, and Dr. Gordon, correct me if I'm wrong, about 16,000 kids between the two districts, and only East Wenatchee has 1,500. Just doing some quick math with the chief up here, we're talking less than a percentage, less than 1% of our kids that are displaying this type of behavior. So we're not being overrun with gang members. We're just seeing some alarming things in our valley, and we want to keep that a real small percentage, right? We're seeing them claim territories. That's new for us in the valley. Not that we have a lot of territories. We'll just hear gang members that we on a contact will refer to as that's our park. And we're like, that's a new thing. We hadn't heard that before. Do I think Eastmont Park is a dangerous park? Absolutely not. I take my kids there. I go there.
And it's these just baby steps. It's starting to work. And I believe in it. We just got to keep devoting time, patience, and keep talking with them one day at a time and showing up for them every day. Showing up for them every day as a parent, teacher, me being present there, and all our resources here in the Valley connecting and communicating.
That's what's making news on this Friday morning. It's been a busy news week, and today is not going to be any exception at all. So check in with Grant and Eric and the rest of the crew at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock tonight with the latest goings-ons in the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington. And at the bottom of the screen that you see there are ways you can get a hold of us with our Facebook page or email address and our homepage. After a 1-minute break, highlights from a very entertaining and intense District 6 4A soccer championship between the Panthers and the Wildcats. It's 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
It is 15 minutes after the hour. It was wet, it was wild, it was windy, it was highly entertaining. And it was all said and done, the Wenatchee Panthers defeat the Eastmont Wildcats 2-1 in the District 6 4A championship game. Tyrell Malcolm put Eastmont up 1-0 in the 22nd minute, and then for about 10 minutes it poured rain, and I mean hard, with wind. As soon as the rain left, Alex Tovar put a header in the back of the net. That put Wenatchee in the 34th minute. That tied it at 1-1. It remained tied until the 6th minute of the second half. Tovar put a rebound in, what proved to be the game winner. A soaking wet Sebastian Moraga and Neil Oyston had the call.
There's the throw-in. Pepperman on the defense. Half volley, the shot! Oh my goodness! That dart had poison in it, coach. There's Tovar looking up. trying to find a target inside the box. Shot across. Wisen the shot, and it sails just a little bit wide. It looked like Marcos Bravo. There's the shot. Closer to the far post. Rejected by Leon. Off to the races is Malcolm, and now it's really starting to come down. The rain is. Malcolm into the box. Malcolm, the time. Viene, goal, 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 goal. Beautiful strike by Tyrell Malcolm. And Eastmont strikes first, 1-0, 21 minutes, 37 seconds, and the Wildcat fandom goes wild.
And that's the danger of Eastmont. You know, it started from a Wenatchee corner kick. It was a poor corner kick. Eastmont defended it well. Long ball forward, and once Tyrell Malcolm, he's got space, and it's 1v1. You back him every single time.
Giovanni Munoz. 4 Wenatchee players inside the box, now 6. Far post, the header! Goal, 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 goal! Alex Tovar ties it up for Wenatchee! 34 minutes, 6 seconds, and a beauty of a header to tie this one up in this rainy evening of soccer. Wisen on the counter for Bravo. Bravo trying to get past Pepperman. Bravo trying to sail past 4. Marcus Bravo, right-footed shot. Bravo on the stop by Mendoza. Good effort, good personal maneuver that time. Bravo trying to get past Sitio. Bravo, the shot. Oh my goodness! That one's smooching the upright. Mata. Wisen the shot. Oh, what a save! And into an almost empty net. Wenatchee takes the lead. Alex Tovar with his second personal tally.
What a goal, what a good team goal. You know, a lot more direct there from Wenatchee. You know, it was a great ball into Tyler's feet. Holds the ball up so well, back to goal. Turns, great shot. You'd have to say it was a good save.
It was
just
beautiful save, but just too much.
Into the path of Alex Tovar, who was first to react.
Reyes upfield for Wisen. Interesting maneuver. Wisen into the box. Wisen getting that shot ready, and a beautiful save by Mendoza. Tyrell Malcolm. Malcolm leaving one behind. Waiting for it is Maldonado in the heart of the box. Is he going to get a shot across? Maldonado, Tyrell. There's a shot. Viene. Oh my goodness. What a save by Munguia. Trying again is Edgar Leon, and it bounces off a defender. Almost single-handedly, literally single-handedly for Wenatchee. And there's another try. Leon. Viene. Oh my goodness. Nobody to sink it in. Corner kick. Second of the half for Eastmont, and another beautiful save by Munguia. Mauricio Ramos, Bravo, right-footed shot, Bravo, the stop by Mendoza, and before Mr. Wisen could tap that one in, Mendoza puts a stop to the danger. Leon Guerrero into the box, good opportunity this time, and a beautiful save by Munguia. They're still battling for it, nobody can sink it in, top of the box. And it's cleared away by Wenatchee. That was quite possibly the last best chance for Eastmont. And there's the whistle that says that the Wenatchee Panthers are district champions. Final score, Wenatchee 2, Eastmont 1.
We talked about that because we fell behind the first time we played them, and we said it's an 80-minute game, and where we're going to win it is in the last 20 minutes because we felt like our bench was deeper and we were going to be able to get on some fresh legs. And I think it held true. You know, we were able to bring a couple guys in for 15 minutes, and it just made the difference. Where they got the balls, maybe the guy who had played 60 minutes wasn't going to get there.
Panthers punched their ticket to state. Eastmont still has a chance, though. They'll host Sunnyside tomorrow for a final shot at state at 1 o'clock. The Grizzlies advancing with a 3-2 win over Eisenhower. The District 6 AB soccer tournament resumes at Quincy High School tomorrow. Okanagan takes on Bridgeport in the game number 1. At 1. That'll be followed by Brewster and Manson at 3. Cascade and Quincy will play for the district championship at 5 o'clock. The District 6 4A baseball playoffs resume today. Wenatchee and Eastmont at Historic Recreation Park. That's a loser-out game. Moses Lake will play at West Valley for the district championship. The winner between the Panthers and the Wildcats will travel to either Moses Lake or West Valley tomorrow for a last shot at state. The District 6 2A tournament is down at Yakima County Stadium today. Ephrata plays Othello in the first game at 1 o'clock. That's followed by Ellensburg and Sela for the district championship. The winner of the Ephrata and Othello matchup will face the loser of the Ellensburg and Sela matchup for a last chance at 7 o'clock. Liberty Bell edged Okanagan 6-5 to punch its ticket to the state tournament. Brewster also advanced with a 10-0 win over Tenasket in the District 6 2B tournament. Okanagan will take on Tenasket at noon tomorrow at Recreation Park here in Wenatchee for a last chance at state. Liberty Bell and Brewster will play for the district championship at 3 o'clock. Also, from Les Schwab, Waterville Mansfield's baseball team has a date tomorrow at 4:30 in the Peshassin-Dryden Complex against Riverside Christian for the District 6 1B championship. The winner advances to state. The loser season is over. And Cashman will take on Quincy for a last chance at state tomorrow in Quincy. The final game of the District 6 1A playoffs. The game gets underway at 11 a.m. Cascade celebrated a regular season Caribou Trail League championship on a winning note in prep fast pitch softball yesterday. They edged Cashmere 10-7 to finish the regular season. Cascade will host the District 6 1A tournament a week from tomorrow. They'll take on Quincy at 11 a.m. Cashmere plays OMAC at 1. The winners from the first two games will play for the district championship at 3 o'clock. Eastmont and Wenatchee have one more day of the regular season Big Nine action. The Wildcats can claim the regular season title if they sweep Davis on the road today at 4 o'clock, and I'm pretty sure they will. Wenatchee's at home at Walla Walla Point Park against Eisenhower, also at 4. The District 6 2B semifinals are tomorrow. Brewster travels to Lake Roosevelt at 11 a.m. Okanagan will host Tenasket. The Mariners begin a 3-game weekend series in Queens today. Seattle takes its 14-18 record into Citi Field to take on the red-hot 22-11 New York Mets. Marco Gonzalez will go against Max Scherzer. First pitch 4:10. Root Sports Northwest. The Mariners are currently tied with Texas for third in the AL West. Houston sits atop the standings. No surprise there. 21-11. They swept the Twins yesterday. The Angels were idle and are second in the division, 21-12. Texas topped Kansas City, by the way, while Oakland, the cellar dwellers in the West, beat Detroit 5-3. And finally, action-packed night of racing, Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. We're going to be there tomorrow night. The night features the Outlaw Oval Challenge, the Rockstar Energy B-Mods, the Northwest Pro 4 Trucks, and the Plum Perfect Roadrunners. Gates open at 4:30. Racing at 6. We will have the action. Greg Rentz, Eric Granstrom with the call right here on the NCW Live channel. You can watch on Local Channel 12, Charter Channel 19, on our Facebook page, and on our website. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 22 minutes after the hour on this Friday the 13th, which is not only not a holiday, there's nothing obscure about it. I could have done National Crouton Day, could have done National Frog Jumping Day. It's National Fruit Cocktail Day. No, today is about apple pie. The very first printed apple pie recipe goes back to England in the year 1381. And pies have come and gone in popularity, but the only pie that has really remained fairly popular over the centuries is apple pie. And most experts agree that because apple pie is considered more nutritious than other pies, whether that's true, or certainly like chocolate pie and stuff like that, I can see that. But, peach pie, cherry pie, blueberry pie, they got to be healthy one way or the other. Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie. And Chevrolet, that looks good. Can't go wrong with apple pie, especially warm apple pie with a big scoop of ice cream. I remember on a basketball trip in high school, we stopped off at a restaurant and everybody took their order, and then one of our basketball players wanted dessert. He said, "I'd like a piece of apple pie." And the waitress said, "Would you like that a la mode?" And Mike said, "No, separate checks." National Apple Pie Day. 24 minutes after the hour. Today in history, 52 years ago today, May 13th, 1970, the world premiere of the Beatles' motion picture Let It Be is held in New York City. None of the Beatles were there. The Beatles, of course, were no longer there. They had already announced that they were no longer a group. None of the Beatles showed up for the world premiere of Let It Be. Let It Be, of course, is now wholly owned by Apple Corp. They took the footage of Let It Be and made it into that great documentary that came out last fall. The movie itself is almost impossible to get a hold of now, and probably a good idea. Let It Be. You can go to the theaters and watch it on this date 52 years ago today. And 41 years ago today, I remember this, March 13th, 1981, Mehet Ali Agha attempts to kill Pope John Paul II in St. Peter's Square in Rome. He was rushed. He was seriously wounded. He survived, of course, and he later visited his attempted assassin in prison and forgave him. 25 minutes after the hour, birthdays. In 2005, Joe Louis was voted as the greatest heavyweight champion of all time by the International Boxing Research Association, also ranked number 1 in Ring Magazine's list of the 100 greatest punchers of all time. He also held the heavyweight championship longer than anybody in history, from 1937 to 1949. When he retired, his all-time record was 66-3. Joe Louis, famous for the 2 great quotes, "You can run, but you can't hide," and "every boxer has a game plan until he gets hit." Joe Louis, born in the state in 1914, died in 1981 at the age of 86. Stevie Wonder is 72 years old today. Inner Visions, Music of My Mind, Talking Book, Songs in the Key of Life. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant music. 25 Grammy Awards, the most of any solo artist. I love Stevie Wonder. When Stevie Wonder turned 21 years old, on this date in 1970, he got his money because he was a juvenile. When he turned 21, he got the money that Motown owed him. He made $30 million. Motown gave him $1 million. His contract also expired on his 21st birthday, and he told Berry Gordy Jr. to go take a hike. And he recorded his next 2 albums, Music of My Mind and Talking Book, on his own without a record label contract. He eventually, of course, re-signed with Motown. And Stevie Wonder remains the youngest living inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was only 38 years old when he was inducted in 1989. We love Stevie Wonder. And happy 58th birthday to Stephen Colbert, host of the Colbert Report. And, of course, he's been hosting The Late Show on CBS since 2015. 27 minutes after the hour, still to come, a great conversation with Russ Speidel and Barbara Tilley about the local Ukrainian families who are worth their way here to North Central Washington to escape the horrors of their homeland. Russ and Barbara will fill you in on that. But first, Balto the dog needs a home. It's Pause for Pets.
Hello, I'm Jenny. I'm the volunteer coordinator here at the Wenatchee Humane Society. And today I have with me just over a year-old Balto. Balto has been here for a while. He's a little stressed about being here for a while because Balto's dream home is actually to be with somebody that wants to take him on lots of adventures, spend a lot of time with him. He absolutely loves people. He does go to playgroup with our sweet Paloma, and he's in the rough and rowdy play style. So his play style doesn't really match a whole lot of dogs, but he and Paloma are best friends and they play pretty fun together. But Balto's real dream is just to actually be with somebody, somebody that wants to fine-tune his training. He's learned a lot here. He's super treat motivated. He's a young guy and he is so wanting to please. We absolutely adore Balto. He's so sweet. He's good-natured. Again, just a fun guy. And if you have it in you to take on some further training with him, I think he's going to be pretty amazing.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and closed 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. for quiet hour. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary Seller's Assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
The Chelan Ridge team exists not only to craft exquisite wines and great food, but to make your visit memorable. And what a team. Owners Bill and Candace Swain, Chef Greg Kurtz, vineyard manager Enrique Hernandez, and winemaker Jeff Crowder all work together to make that goal a reality. And as a team, job one is to make you feel welcome at home and want to return again and again. Oh, and kids and dogs are always welcome at Chelan Ridge.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from LocalTel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from LocalTel lets you decide when shows begin.
Are you worried about eviction? If you've received threats or notices of eviction from your landlord, you may qualify for help. Low-income Washington residents facing eviction have the right to free legal counsel regardless of your immigration status. Access to legal help in an eviction is your right. Don't wait. Call the Eviction Defense Hotline today.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino is the perfect place to meet in East Wenatchee. The Old West theme takes you back in time with casino gambling and poker tables. And now you can play the best games on or off the tables. Stop by and check out the new game room. All your favorite games and extended late night hours makes the Clearwater your best bet for a great time. And if time slips away having so much fun, stay the night next door at the Cedars Inn. It's all here nightly at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino in East Wenatchee.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bob File Boats and Motors. Now's the time of year to upgrade your boat from a new motor, a bow mount, installing a state-of-the-art GPS fish finder, or just fixing your trailer lights. Make your appointment today. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. Spend more time on the water and less time at the shore. Get ready for summer fun now at Bob File Boats and Motors.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, a question I ask most of my counseling clients is this: what do you want? Now, lots of folks say they want to be happy, but they need to think deeper than that. What is it that they want from life? What are they working for? At the end of their time on this mortal coil, how do they want to be remembered? Who is the person they want to be? And do they want this enough to do what's necessary to achieve it? Now, this is a good question to ask yourself, and one I often ask myself. What do I really want? You know? And is how I'm living my life helping me get it? This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and that's my opinion.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We provide the latest news from around North Central Washington weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock with Grant Olson. If it's happening in your neighborhood, we have you covered with a staff of reporters who are always on call. Grant will also keep you up to date on the latest weather, and Eric Grandstrom covers sports. It's all on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
I'm here at the Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, where there's a ton of cool stuff to do. You can learn how the dam harnesses the power of the Columbia. walk inside a Native American Tule Lodge, and steer clear of disaster on the Rock Island Rapids. You can check out the new fish viewing space and even stare a salmon right in the eye. Explore all this and more at Chelan County PUD's brand new Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, now open year-round.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
This is Kelly, owner of the Original Children's Shop in downtown Wenatchee. We strive to bring you the most quality, fashionable, and fun clothing for your little ones, along with gifts, toys, and accessories. I look forward to meeting you soon at the Original Children's Shop.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We are here at the beautiful sanctuary at the Grace Lutheran Church on Washington Street here in Wenatchee. We want you to circle the date of May 22nd. May 22nd is going to be a big event here, a big fundraiser, and a kind of an awareness, raising awareness of the plight of the Ukrainians. We all know what's been going on since the middle of February in Eastern Europe. It's an ugly situation. And yet here in the Wenatchee Valley, we got good people doing good works to help these people out. We have Ukrainians here in north central Washington who just barely got out in time, and they basically with the clothes on their back, and we can do better than that. And this is why Barbara Tilley and Russ Speidel are joining me here at Grace Lutheran Church. Thanks for coming in and joining us. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Barbara's going to talk about the event itself on Sunday the 22nd. A great day of entertainment and giving, we hope. And Russ, I want to begin with you because you, from the local perspective, you've been toting that barge and lifting that bale as far as this Ukrainian immigration situation is concerned. Talk about your role. Talk about the people who escaped from the Ukraine when the fighting began in February, how they got here, and what they're going through right now. Russ, I'll let you take that.
Okay, well, thank you, Dan, and thank you very much for the program today. Barbara and I are delighted to be here. In terms of the flight, the invasion by Russia started on February 24, and at that time, a number of families sought to leave. My wife Jean and I are housing a wife and a daughter. They left when the bombs were falling. They left in the middle of the night. The wife's husband told her, "You better go." And so they began a process of leaving. It took them several days to leave their city near Kyiv and reach the border with Poland. They traveled by foot, by car, by bus. When they reached the Polish border, they had to stand for 5 hours in the snow and the rain before they could pass into Poland. They ended up in Krakow, spent many days trying to obtain help to translate for themselves into English forms that had to be completed in order to come here. They eventually flew out of Warsaw to Frankfurt and then to Seattle. And that's just one family. That story is repeated for many people. For the estimated 4 million who have fled Ukraine, most of them are in Europe. The people living in our home want to stay here. The wife's mother has been here for 5 to 10 years. So there's family here, and there's actually a fair number of Ukrainians who live in north central Washington. We anticipate for the most part that the refugees will remain in Europe to hopefully be reunited with their families who are still in Ukraine. In the case of the mother and daughter living with us, her husband is in Ukraine. Her son, who's 18, is in Ukraine. If you're a male in Ukraine and you do not have at least 3 minor children you're supporting, and you're between the ages of 18 and 65, you must stay and fight in the war. And so the husband and son of the wife and daughter staying with us, the husband and son are back in Ukraine fighting in the war. It's the hope of...
How are they holding up, knowing that,
that's a good question.
that the males of the family are not only, 6,000 miles away, but they could very well be killed any day? How does one deal with that?
It's very difficult. The wife staying with us has said publicly that she just does not follow the news. She can't handle it. The daughter does follow the news. She's 14. I think each person has to deal with that as best they can, Dan. It's a very difficult situation.
Are they in touch at all?
Yes, yes, they are.
Okay.
In fact, I met the husband by phone one day. And I told the husband that if I could speak Russian or Ukrainian, I would be there with him. I told him that I feel our presidents, all three, that Presidents Obama, Trump, and Biden, have not been as forceful as we should have been from day one, beginning in 2014. And I told him that I wanted him to know that his wife and daughter are safe, and I want to encourage him to win the war. So that was my conversation with him. It was brief. His wife is able to speak with him by phone, believe it or not. There still is civilization in Ukraine, even though it's being bombarded daily by Russia.
Best case scenario, the war is over, Ukraine holds off Vladimir Putin, the family can be reunited. Are the daughter and the wife going to go back to Ukraine, or is the son and the father going to come here to north central Washington?
So the wife is committed to stay here. And of course, the daughter, she's 14, but presumably she stays here too. The wife is committed to learning English. She is in 3 separate ESL classes. So she definitely wants to learn English. She wants to work. And I'm sure as soon as she receives a work authorization, she'll be applying for employment. My understanding is that she is a capable forklift operator. So we anticipate there may be a food warehouse who could employ her.
In your background as a practicing attorney here, did that help expedite some of this crazy paperwork from Ukraine to Poland to Germany to the Pacific Northwest? Did that play a role?
It did not, Dan. I think it shows the reliance and the self-sufficiency of the Ukrainians, and we're seeing that in the war itself and how they're fighting. Our guests, and I think the other refugees as well that are here, they've really managed on their own. They have had some support. And the Rybakov family, for example, they live up Squilchuck. The Rybakov family is housing a group of 5 Ukrainians, and Olga Rybakov paid for their air flight from San Diego to Seattle. They actually came through Mexico about a month ago. So some people have received help, but of one degree or another. But the family staying with us, as far as I know, they did it all themselves, and that's typically what's happening. I think they're finding a way.
2 more questions, Russ, and then we'll turn things over to Barbara. How are they holding up from a cultural standpoint? Because they're a long way from home. Are they making the adjustments from living here in north central Washington fairly amicably?
Well, Dan, what we've done in terms of the volunteer committee that we have going, which is now going to be called Friends of Ukraine Refugees. The name of our volunteer committee, it says Wenatchee Ukrainian Refugees Committee, but it's broader than Wenatchee. We're reaching into Soap Lake, Grant County. But the structure of the committee is such that we have a number of teams. One of our teams is welcoming and kind of introduction to culture here. And through that team, chaired by Maria Hansen, we've had a session with Link on our bus system. We have another team on education and language. That team has been instrumental in enrolling each of the minor children in Wenatchee Public Schools. The children in Soap Lake are enrolled in school. So we have a number of teams. There's a team for housing, a team for budgeting and so forth, and fundraising. Barbara Tilley is chairing that. So through these teams, this organization that we as volunteers have set up, we're trying to help the Ukrainians acclimate as best we can.
One more question for you, Russ, and then we'll turn things over to Barbara. And I know this sounds like I'm gilding the lily here, but why? Why do you do it? I mean, you're a busy guy. You're a professional guy. Barbara has many interests. Why are you doing this? What's going on here?
I think that's a personal question that each of us may answer differently. For me, I've always had an interest in geopolitics and in national politics, state and local for that matter. In the case of the war in Ukraine, I was in Buffalo, New York at the time on February 24. My wife Jean pointed out to me an article in the Buffalo News about local Ukrainians, and so I went to meet with the head of the Ukrainian Cultural Center in Buffalo, maybe on February 25, February 26, something like that. His name is Emil Bendrusky. Mr. Bendrusky is now in touch with a group here in Chelan County. My wife and I then together met with Mr. Bendrusky. I also met with the woman who is in charge of the branches of the Ukrainian Credit Union in Buffalo. And so for me, it began, I think, as a revulsion to the concept that a dominant country could just invade its neighbor without cause and claim land going back to 2014 that didn't belong to this neighboring country. And really, it's bullying. It's bullying in a very absurd and terrible way. You mentioned at the beginning there's an ugly war that's going on. So I think my motivation came from that. When we returned to Wenatchee a few days later, we had a forum here at the church on the issues of the war. Out of that forum, a number of us said, well, let's meet to see what we can do. Then we heard there were refugees arriving, and it just grew from that. I think it grew out of the volunteerism that's present here at Grace Lutheran Church, but present throughout the Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, the greater Wenatchee area community. We have a wonderful intersection of volunteers and people who want to do something. But for me, that's my personal story.
Speaking of people who want to do something, Barbara Tilley, you heard Russ describe how they got here, which is a remarkable story. But you can't pack up a bunch of suitcases and your golf clubs and everything, and this isn't a vacation. When they arrived here, Barbara, they arrived basically with their clothes on their back. Was that basically about all they had?
A small backpack for most of them, and so not even a change of clothes. So when I heard that Russ was gathering a group here, I thought, golly, that's something I would really be interested in, trying to make these people feel like people here loved them, want to help them, because what they've been through, none of us have been through, and we've got everything that we need here. Let's share it.
You got to do something about it. Yeah, and the only rule of thumb is you got to be able to give a damn. I know I just said damn in a church sanctuary, but I think I'll be forgiven. To that end, we're going to help them out on the 22nd, aren't we? Talk about that.
That's right. On May 22nd, 7 p.m., right here in the sanctuary, we'll be having a concert by Gladsong, excuse me.
Yes.
And that's a fairly new group that Tim Meyer has organized. You probably know that he was the director of the Apollo Club for years and was music director at United Methodist Church. And so he's put this group together, not as a fundraising effort for their group, but they want to put on concerts to help different charities. So we feel honored to be able to have them this soon, because not many people in the Valley have really heard them. And so they'll be putting on a program, and then Russ will speak during the middle of the program with some of the ideas you've just expressed. And then we'll be asking the Ukrainians who know the national anthem of Ukraine to come up to the front, and Olga is going to lead them in that. And I heard the 3 little children who live at her house do that at the Brethren Baptist Church a Sunday ago, and it was just absolutely thrilling.
I got to see Glad Song at the park on May 1st at Memorial Park. They performed there. They were wonderful.
Yes.
Saw a lot of very familiar faces. Tim, as a matter of fact, did Mad Dog McNaughty's show, Street Talk and other stuff, back in March to talk about Glad Song, the community choir. On Sunday, will there be a passing of the plate, so to speak? How do anybody of any denomination, any religion, doesn't matter. Everybody's welcome to come here on Sunday the 22nd at 7 o'clock. How are we going to do one? How are we going to raise awareness and raise funds? How does that going to work?
We're not going to sell tickets. It is going to be, like you say, strictly by donation. And so we'll have several spots with the offering plate on it, as you can't get out of here without seeing an offering plate. So we're hoping to do well, but I do want to add that fundraising has been easy. I've been involved in lots of fundraising through the years, and people are so happy to contribute to this. It's just, and then not only dollars, but people call and say, what else can I do? So I've been telling most of them, how about getting some gift cards? And I tell them places that these kids like to shop and the mothers like to shop. And so I've just been tickled with the response of the community so far, and that will grow. We're apt to get a lot of people here, so we're going to need a lot of help. But like I say, it's been fairly easy fundraising. We also, Russ could tell you more, he's been involved in the writing of grants. Mm-hmm. And we're doing well in that area.
Let me ask you this. Say I want to help out. I'm going to go to Target, I'll buy a $100 gift card. How do I get it to the people who need it?
You give it to me.
You give it to Barbara.
You call me, I'll come by your house, pick it up, and I'll give it to. And we divided equally between the two families that are here, and then we also were able to take a lot of gift cards down to Soap Lake on the weekend.
So there's, even if you can't come here on the 22nd and participate in the concert and enjoy the great music, you can still help out in any number of ways.
Yes. Give any of us a call and we'll find ways. One way that's helpful too, we feel like the Speidels, wouldn't it be nice if they had a break from having dinner guests one night a week? So one night a week we have another family take the guest family out to dinner.
It's a great idea.
Yes.
That's a great idea. Every little bit helps, doesn't it?
It does.
And the most important thing is if they're going to be here, and it sounds like they're staying here, hopefully father and son will be joining them very shortly and in good health. They're going to be a part of the communities.
They will be.
And you two both know that when you're here, you're putting down roots and you're staying here, you pay it forward and you do what you need to do to make this community as good as it is.
That's
all part of the deal.
I do need to say that Kay Fisher is co-chairman of the fundraising committee too, and she's working hard on that too.
Yeah, everybody gets kudos to everybody who's helping out. Barbara, I asked Russ, I'm going to ask you the same question. I think I know what the answer is, but why? Why do this? You got a lot on your plate, Barbara. You're retired.
I don't.
You look great. You're, for somebody who's almost 60. But why are you doing this? What is it?
Now, Dan, I'm 86 now, so I would have the right to kind of do nothing, but that doesn't sound like fun.
It doesn't.
No. It's just, and that's kind of the spirit of this community. One of the people who was here last night was saying, well, it was the retired manager of the PUD, was saying, this is the community that everybody is active in. It's just alive. And so why would we sit home and read books?
You make a very good point,
yes,
Barbara. Of course, there's one really good book you can read here on a regular basis. Russ and Barbara, it's so good to see you. Again, we're here at the Grace Lutheran Sanctuary on Washington Street. Sunday, the 22nd at 7 o'clock was when the program begins. No admission charge. Everybody is welcome. The pews, I hope, will be packed, and I'm pretty much sure they're going to be.
Yes, and we'll put in extra chairs if needed. Mm-hmm. So.
And the folks at the Glad Song Community Choir, they can sing. There's nothing like a group of people singing together in a sanctuary with the acoustics and the spirituality. It gets you right there. It really does. It's so good to see you.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to come and express it. I do have to say that Russ, as head of this organization, is doing a fantastic job. He just really is. Last night we were discussing a new way of doing business, of 501c3 status, and the way he could walk us through all of this, it was just great. And so I'm very impressed with his leadership ability.
Barbara and Russ, thank you for taking some time out from your very busy day and visiting with us. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We will be right back.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
Just about 3 minutes to go on this program before our weekend begins on this Friday the 13th. We're going to give you your weather forecast one more time. Don't look for any significant warm-up in the near future. But there's a breaking news story we wanted to pass along to you. At least one person has been killed and several others injured in an accident. You see the scene there. This is near Interstate 90, just south of Quincy. The accident happened a couple of hours ago involving 3 vehicles, including a bus carrying farm workers. South Frontage Road, where it meets up with Adams Road, is still blocked. Emergency crews are responding still at this time. Again, this accident happened at about 6 o'clock this morning. Grant County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy Joe Crete just got off the phone with their own Cal Fitzsimmons. He said the bus was northbound on Adams Road, attempting to make a left turn onto South Frontage Road when a full-size pickup traveling southbound on Adams Road over the top of I-90 hit the bus on the driver's side. Both vehicles then slid and hit another car that was at the stop sign. The person killed, not on the bus, but several people on the bus were injured. The injured were transported to the hospital, and we're told one person who was injured in this accident needed to be airlifted. We'll have more on this breaking news story today on our website and on our Facebook page, and certainly tonight with the news at 5, 6, and 10. Warming up a little bit. 45 degrees. We had that crazy 10-minute monsoon that just pounded us at Lee Field at the Apple Bowl during last night's Wenatchee Eastmont soccer match. Then it came and then it left, and now we have sunshine, but it also ushered in, wouldn't you know it, cooler than normal air from the National Weather Service. Here we go. Sunshine is not going to be the issue today. A little breezy at times, but that frontal system is still in the process of exiting the area, so it's now going to be below normal again. We only hit 59 yesterday. We'll be right around 60, maybe 61 today for the afternoon high. And then the next system comes in tonight. It's going to be overnight. When you get up tomorrow morning, you're going to see some clouds and perhaps some light rain right around sunrise on Saturday. Our overnight low of about 43. But the rain and the clouds will give way to sunshine by Saturday afternoon. Good news for us because we're going to be at Wenatchee Valley Super Bowl. But again, well below normal. A high of only 63, and our normal high this time of the year is right around 71 or 72 degrees. 47 for the overnight low on Saturday night. Sunday, clouds come back in on Sunday afternoon. But at least we warm up a little bit with a high of 66. Monday looks to be a very nice day, near 70, which is still not where we should be, but close. And then here we go again. More wet and unsettled weather returns on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with afternoon high temperatures 10 to 12 degrees below normal. It is a long, long period of nearly 40 days of cool and wet weather. And that's it for us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.